1776. New York. George Washington's entire army is running. The British have 31,000 trained soldiers. Professional, deadly, backed by the world's greatest naval power. What does Washington have? 14,000? Hungry, exhausted, and sick. And this is only the beginning. Over the next few months, Washington will lose again and again. New York will fall. New Jersey will fall. His army will shrink to just 3,000. But one thing will not. Because Washington had discovered a formula that no one has truly understood to this day. To win, you don't have to win. Today, we'll see the strategy that allowed one man to force the world's greatest empire to surrender after 8 years. First, understand how powerful the enemy was. In 1775, the British Empire was the most powerful nation in the world. They had the world's largest navy, more than 1,200 warships, complete control of the Atlantic, their army, professional soldiers, Hessian mercenaries, trained officers, and the confidence built on centuries of victory. And the American colonies, farmers, shopkeepers, people who sometimes didn't even have a gun. The Continental Congress had no money, no weapons, and no training. There was only one thing they had: an idea, and one general who understood that this war could not be won the normal way. But this realization did not come in a single day. First, Washington made a mistake. August 1776, Battle of Long Island. Washington thought, fight a direct battle, European style. Line formations, hold the ground. British General Howe made one simple move. He went around Washington's left flank. There were no guards there. The American army was trapped. 9,000 Americans caught in the trap. Only one thing saved them. In the darkness of night, Washington quietly loaded the entire army into boats and escaped from Manhattan. The British never even realized it. It was a major loss. But Washington learned something. He spoke with his general, Nathaniel Greene. Greene said, "We can never defeat them in a direct fight. Our army only needs to survive. That is enough." Washington fixed those words in his mind, and from that day on, he made a new rule. I will never concentrate my army in one place so completely that a single defeat can destroy everything. It was a small decision, but that one decision saved the revolution. Washington had read the story of a Roman general, Fabius Maximus. 216 BC. The situation was the same. Hannibal's invincible army had invaded Italy. Rome was about to fall. What did Fabius do? He refused to fight. No direct battles. Instead, avoid Hannibal. Cut his supply lines, destroy small detachments, and most importantly, protect your own army. Rome called him a coward. Congress called him a fool, but Fabius knew one secret. If your army is still on the battlefield, the war is still alive. If your army is destroyed, the war is over. Washington applied the same strategy during the American Revolution. He had only one rule: the Continental Army must survive. Always. What did that mean? Avoid battles when the odds were against you. Strike only when victory was easy. And wear the British down with time, distance, and frustration. Historians called it the War of Posts. Washington himself said, "We are not playing to win. We are playing to avoid defeat." And that was the formula that would change history forever. December 25th, 1776, Christmas night. Washington's army is broken. Only 3,000 men are left in the entire revolution. Just 3,000. Their clothes are torn. They have no shoes. Their feet are leaving trails of blood in the snow. Literally. Congress has already fled Philadelphia. One general, Charles Lee, has been captured by the British. People in the streets of Philadelphia are saying, "The revolution is over. Washington has lost." That night, Washington sat inside his tent, and he made a decision that only a madman or a genius could make. 11 p.m., A snowstorm. Washington woke the entire army. "Move," he said. Now, he loaded everyone into boats and crossed the Delaware River in the middle of an ice storm. On the other side, in Trenton, the Hessian soldiers were asleep, celebrating Christmas. Before sunrise, Washington attacked. In 1 hour, 1,000 Hessian soldiers were captured. American casualties, only 4. It was a small tactical victory, but psychologically, all of America saw that Washington had not lost. Volunteers started coming back. France took notice. The revolution's stock went up. If revolutions had stock prices, Washington understood the real war was not fought on the battlefield. It was fought inside people's minds. And at Trenton, he won that war. 1778, Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. This was the darkest and most important phase of Washington's strategy. The British were in Philadelphia, comfortable, warm, well supplied. Washington's army was at Valley Forge, in the snow. 6 months, more than 2,500 soldiers died. From disease, from hunger, from the cold. There was no battle. Many generals demanded, "Remove Washington. He is not doing this right." There was debate in Congress too, but Washington was doing something no one could see. One man arrived, Friedrich von Steuben, a Prussian general. He looked at the American soldiers and was horrified. No discipline, no proper formations. Every company did everything its own way. Von Steuben started a new training program. On the first day, just 100 soldiers. Every move he demonstrated personally. Then repeat, then repeat, then repeat. And something happened that no one expected. The American soldiers learned bayonet fighting, musket drills, formation marching. On a single signal, the entire company moved together. They entered Valley Forge as farmers and shopkeepers. They left Valley Forge as real soldiers. Washington's strategy was clear. Only fight a direct battle when the army was truly ready. That time was coming, and something else was coming too. France, 1777, Paris. Benjamin Franklin is standing in a royal court in front of King Louis XVI. At that time, Franklin was the most famous scientist in the world. His experiments with electricity and the sky had made him a celebrity across Europe, and he used that fame to persuade France to back America. France had always been Britain's enemy. In the 7 Years' War, Britain had defeated France. Revenge was still waiting, but France did not want to enter the war directly. Not until there was proof that the Americans could actually win. October 1777, Saratoga, New York. American General Horatio Gates captured British General Burgoyne, along with his entire army of 6,000 soldiers. Europe saw it. France thought, these people are serious. They can fight. February 1778. France officially signed a treaty with America, and with it came the French Navy, French soldiers, French money. This was the peace Washington needed, because there was one thing Washington could never do on his own: stop the British Navy. Now the French Navy would do it. 1781. 6 years have passed. Washington is still not fighting the British directly. The Fabian strategy is still in motion. But now, for the first time, a perfect opportunity appears. British General Cornwallis is in Virginia. He is camped at Yorktown, near the sea. He believes the British Navy will keep supplying him. Washington makes a plan that requires everything to come together at once. The French Navy, the French Army, the Continental Army, all in one place, at one time. And first, British General Clinton has to be deceived. Clinton is in New York. Washington wants him to believe that New York is the real target. So Washington begins one of the greatest deception operations in history. Step 1. He has large fake camps built in New Jersey. Huge bread ovens are constructed where Clinton can see them. So large that it looks like the whole army is settling there. Step 2. A fake letter is written. Inside it, plans for an attack on New York. The letter is supposed to accidentally fall into the hands of a British spy, and it does. Clinton begins preparing for an attack on New York. Step 3. Quietly, at night. Washington moves his entire army south, 700 kilometers, 6 weeks. Alongside him march 5,000 soldiers under French General Rochambeau. Clinton does not realize what is happening until August 30th. By then, Washington has already crossed Philadelphia. Step 4. French Admiral de Grasse sails into Chesapeake Bay. September 5th, 1781. Chesapeake Bay. British Admiral Graves and French Admiral de Grasse, their fleets face each other. A battle of 2 hours. The British lose. They retreat toward New York. Cornwallis is cut off. September 28th, 1781. Washington and Rochambeau arrive at Yorktown. 17,600 French and American soldiers. Cornwallis has 8,300. An army on land from 3 sides, the French Navy from the 4th. Cornwallis is trapped. Washington orders trenches to be dug, slowly moving closer to the British defenses. October 9th, for the first time, Washington personally fires a cannon. The first shot slams into the British lines. October 14th, at night, Alexander Hamilton attacks a redoubt. Bayonets fixed, no muskets loaded, only darkness and courage. The redoubt falls. October 17th, 1781, morning. A small drummer boy appears on the British lines. Beside him, an officer holding a white handkerchief. So what exactly did Washington do? He changed the rules of the game. The British thought this war would be won through battles. Washington thought this war would be won through time. The British thought destroy the army and the revolution is over. Washington thought, as long as the army survives, the revolution survives. The British thought, we are winning because we are winning battles. Washington thought, I am winning because I refuse to lose. This is not just about the American Revolution. In Vietnam, in the 1960s and 70s, America had the bombs, the planes, the technology. What did Vietnam have?